Hey everyone, Eber here with Hardware Connects, and I'm here with Michael, aka SkyMTL, in Beijing for Lenovo. Now, they were actually kind enough to invite us over here and sponsor our trip to check out some of their upcoming products for 2019, but also give them some honest feedback on those products, on certain things that could potentially help improve, or that potentially they could improve on, that could fit the end users. They were also able to invite some other influencers as well as some professional esports gamers to give them feedback on some accessories as well, which is pretty cool. Now, before we get into that, I need to describe this whole situation over here that's taking place in Beijing. So as I'm recording this, you may probably hear cars honking in the background and a whole sort of noisy environment. Pardon me for that, but it's definitely certainly an interesting experience. But even worse is that, since we are content creators on YouTube, China actually has some restrictions when it comes to accessing YouTube and Google associated services. So in order to combat that, we partnered up with ExpressVPN, which is a solution that can help us bypass the IP address here in China, and then of course get access to YouTube and other services by actually using different locations. All right, so coming back to Lenovo. I need to finish this video, man. Now, the setup process is actually very straightforward. ExpressVPN is available on every platform that's out there right now. So that includes iOS, Android, Windows, Mac, or Linux. Once you've signed up for the service, all you have to do is download the program, choose your access point, upon which they actually give you a lot of options to choose from, whether that's within the US, the Europe, any city you want, and then you can start your VPN service right away. Now, interestingly enough, we actually had to upload our RTX 2070 review from Beijing, and ExpressVPN was really helpful in that regard. But the most important part is it actually didn't throttle our terrible hotel Wi-Fi speeds that much. So again, it's a great service, and I'm actually really happy enjoying it while I'm here. Now, you can also sign up for ExpressVPN for less than $7 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Also, find out how you can get 3 months for free by clicking the link in the description down below. That's expressvpn.com/HWC. Once again, expressvpn.com/HWC for 3 months with a 1-year package. Now, just to be clear, you can use ExpressVPN anywhere in the world, provided you have an internet connection. Plus, it also gives you the benefit of browsing the web safely if you're connected to a public Wi-Fi network, or even access content from other countries. For example, if I want to access US-based content on Netflix, I can just head over to the United States, choose a random city through the ExpressVPN app, and I'll have instant access to content that's just available exclusively in the United States. And I think that's an absolute bonus with a VPN service. All right, so coming back to Lenovo, over the next few days, we're actually going to be going through a few workshops where they'll actually take us over through a variety of their products, including their laptops, their desktops, their accessories. And a great example would be their Legion Y530, which I think is a fantastic notebook for the price, because it doesn't sacrifice on the build quality department, but it also offers the performance that you need for just, casual gaming and stuff like that. But we'll also be going over a bunch of other things, specifically on how they'll be testing some of these upcoming products by taking a look, or taking a quick tour on their different test facilities within their headquarters. So I think that'll be pretty interesting. With that being said, let's head off to Lenovo. I'm gonna go right now. Alright, so the first thing we realized when arriving at the Lenovo headquarters was the Legion team was taking this whole thing very seriously. There were people from every product team on hand, and every single one of them wanted to know what we thought of their products. There was everyone from product managers to folks who designed their products, and the first thing everyone said was not to hold anything back. And that's exactly what happened. Our first day was pretty much dominated by notebooks and desktops, both of which are very important to Legion's strategy. For example, the C530 that Dimitri reviewed not too long ago looked good from the outside, but its CPU cooling was pretty terrible and caused the entire system to throttle. The Legion engineers realized that a little while ago and are already working on cooler designs for their next revisions. They later showed us what the next generation of cooler would look like, and it's a huge upgrade. Water cooling will be used for their overclock systems as well. For notebooks, there was a pretty heated discussion about the direction things should go. We obviously needed a bit more focus on the thin and light segment that focuses on productivity, and supposedly Lenovo will be addressing that very soon. Of course, we also mentioned things like Windows precision drivers for the trackpad, and keeping things simple with their designs, and versatility is pretty important. But what do you guys think? Other than pricing, what features do you guys look for in a notebook? Let us know in the comments. So after day 1 at the workshop, we actually spent the rest of the night getting to know the other influencers a little bit more, and we also had some fun. So the second day started with Intel explaining how they'll be approaching the competitive gaming market in the near future. Basically, esports is one of the fastest growing markets right now, and Intel is making a huge push into it. Rather than focusing on products, this is all about building brand awareness through the creation of Extreme Masters Tournament and their participation in other events. Okay, so back to the interesting stuff, because there was certainly some great discussions around peripherals and monitors. Did you know Legion produced a peripheral lineup? We actually covered their keyboard and mouse, and let's just say there was a long way to go, and honestly, that hasn't really changed. One of everyone's favorite mouse was actually the Logitech G400, so we actually set off to find one, and well, this is what happened.
We got the new product review, newest Logitech mouse, G400. 400. So how do we do this shit?
Hashtag battle X gaming.
You need a knife.
Battle X gaming.
I might not.
Or you can actually just feel it out.
What's up.
No. I've been working in retail like all my teenage years, so I do know how to open
I
it.
literally used this mouse like 5 years ago and it was the best.
Wait, I'm still scared, man.
There's like 4.
They're dead. They're dead. They're not alive. They're dead.
Dead, bro.
They're dead, man.
Dead. You see? They're living cockroaches in here.
So other than a little cockroach infestation, probably the most interesting thing about what happened was our tour of Lenovo's amazing product testing facilities. One of the reasons why Lenovo has been well known for their high quality products is that every one of their designs is put through a rigorous process to see how far it can be pushed before failure. That means things like putting them into high humidity and temperature chambers for hours, or subjecting them to electrostatic shocks. There's also several massive acoustic testing chambers that are set up to measure exactly how much noise is being put out. Inside of those, there are some of the most expensive tools in the entire building. These are actually designed to test exactly how the human ear is able to hear different sounds. Each of them is jam-packed with sensors that can read over 10,000 data points in parallel. It's really amazing to see it in person. But Legion isn't all about the typical products either, and some of their designers are working on some seriously cool projects. This is the Star Trek build that may actually make its way into the market sooner than you may think. Inside of it, there's a miniaturized Z390 motherboard with an i9-9900K and a GTX 1080 Founders Edition. Not only that, but the upper saucer can also be removed and used as a wireless speaker/projector combo. Alright, so I'm gonna be quiet for a few seconds and run a few more shots of this amazing Lenovo system. So after all of that, it was time to unwind, and I have to say, Beijing and its suburbs may have almost as many residents as all of Canada, but it is an amazing city to explore. The electronics markets have to be seen and to be believed, since they have everything from countless cables to GPUs to older CPUs. Trying to navigate them is crazy, but boy, did we find some interesting stuff. And the Forbidden City. Well, let me just say, I was astonished by just exploring that part. Well guys, That pretty much sums up our 4 days in Beijing visiting Lenovo. I just want to take a few seconds to thank the Legion team for paying for our flights and accommodations while we're there, but also being such amazing hosts. It's just amazing to see a company like Lenovo that's willing to listen to what users have to say and allowing us to use your comments in our videos and give them a real voice. I think that's the best takeaway from this whole experience. Because we read all of your comments in our review videos, and if a company like Lenovo is willing to, listen, we use what you have to say as a guide for feedback. And I think that's how the whole process of good product design happens. Anyways, I think that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a different video compared to our normal stuff. And if you have any feedback for Legion or us, feel free to let us know in the comments down below. Until then, I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh!
There's like 4.
They're dead. They're dead. They're not alive.
Dead.
They're dead.
They're dead, bro.
They're dead, man.
Dead. Dude, look at.
Oh!
It's alive. It's alive.
Is it actually?
I'm so glad
It's alive. One walked
I'm
away.
so glad he isn't
One
opening
walked
it
away.
in my hotel room.
Oh yeah. It's. You see?
There are living cockroaches in here.
No way.
Yeah, there are.
No, bring it outside, dude. Bring it outside. Get out of the.
Do you want me to help you?
Dude, get out.
Me to help you?
No, dude, we're actually gonna get thrown out.
I'm the Eastern European guy, you know.
How can we get thrown out, bro? How can this hotel?
You should get out of the hotel.
Dude, there are literally cockroaches
there-
inside the box.
You know what these black things are? They're eggs.
Bring it outside. Bring it outside.
They're eggs.